Hi guys, I am so sorry. We will might have these issues because I can't. I don't think any of us can help it now that we're at home thanks to COVID. Yes, thanks Arpit for the all caps welcome. Is 130 a good score? Yeah, it is. मतलब और क्या चाहिए तुम्हें? Full चाहिए. It's not bad. It's decent only. Really tensed about the extempore part. What are the things to keep in mind while handling extempore? Keep continuing to talk. Don't stumble. Don't blank out. These are the basic things. Once you can master these, maybe you can keep a few points in mind, like make a mind map once you start. Like if they are giving you an extempore topic on whatever, like your opinion on how COVID is impacting the economy or the Zomato IPO, for example. If you have certain points about it, whatever you know, just list them down in your head and then you can start talking. If you feel that you don't have any more points or if you forget the next point, then you can just, you know, talk a little bit more about the same point till you recollect more points so that you don't stop at any point of time. Too much point. Okay. How do you guys know about your scores? We get our ranks. And if you're asking your other friends, then they might have calculated. Can a student who is not good in academics make to IPM? Yes. Yes, they can. Okay, I'll just move on quickly to the next slide. Extempo from any topics from comments. Practically, we'll know better. Yeah, sure. Maybe you can put in some talk. Okay, so I'll just move on to, if we'll have time in the end, we'll definitely do that. More sample curveball questions. Sure, we will come up with a list of questions that are asked in the interview very soon. So you can that as well. I'll just talk about body language a little. So you have, when you're in an interview, you have open shoulders. Second is eye connect with all. So when you are in, suppose your interview is online, and if you are in a Zoom meet with someone, if you look at the screen also, it will look like you're reading from somewhere or it'll look like you're disconnected. So try and looking at web camera. I know it's very difficult for me also personally, like when I'm doing presentations in my college, it's a little difficult to keep looking at the web camera, but try doing that so that you have more of a connect with the audience. Third is calm and stable posture. Don't fidget a lot. If it's an online interview, you will still have the space that you whatever fidget below the screen level, and no one will see. But if you are in an offline setting, it wouldn't make sense to fidget a lot. Because it distracts the interviewer and they should be focusing more on your answers and what you are saying and your personality. And the fourth is dress confidently and comfortably. You shouldn't be uncomfortable. If you're uncomfortable, you will not be able to answer well. Like it'll always be on your mind that this is itching or this is irritating me. And be in a well cool room, not too warm that again you start sweating a lot. Be very like you should have a nice confident neat look. So by neat I mean not like I am right now, but your hair tied. For girls, for guys, you should be well groomed. Your beard should be trimmed if you have one. And don't I mean if you have fancy haircuts and hair colors, it's fine, but try and not show it a lot, because again you don't know how the panelist might perceive that. So I hope I have cleared this. About the outfits, if you all are worried what should girls and guys wear, be safe, wear a formal shirt and formal pants. Don't wear shorts under your shirt. I know it's very tempting, but what if they ask, just show us the room view and your shorts will be seen. So don't do that. And I think they have done that in one of the Rohtak interviews. So be careful about that. How many people in the panel? Two to three, I'm expecting. According to me, one, it's a little unlikely for IIM Indore, at least, even for Rohtak actually. So, okay, let's talk about how a conversation between you and the interviewer should go. So one of my bosses told me a very nice analogy, which is that a good conversation, a good connection is building when your communication flows like a tennis match. So you play when they serve, and they play when you serve. In the sense that when they ask you what are your interests and hobbies, they are giving you a cue. So you can say whatever you want, like you can play whatever move you like. But there are times when you serve and they catch on to that. So say you give an extempore speech, or if you give them an answer to a curveball question, then that is their time to act on what you say. So that is how it works. Best to play on a quote of your preference. Always keep the interview around topics that are your strengths, that are your comfort areas. Don't bring it to things that are your weaknesses. Don't make that the focus of the interview. Say you are a dropper, okay, and if they ask you a question on it, give such a good answer that they move on from it. It's not like they are stuck around that whole area only of the dropper thing. Then it's not in an area of your strength. Rather, it could have, the interview could have been around an area of your interests or hobbies that would have impressed them. So always best to play on a quote of your preference and what you are good at and their field. So if you are good in a grass court, then stick to that only. Okay, and of course, what I'd say is be empathetic, understand what the interviewer needs. This will happen through the interview process. Keep the conversation very smooth, don't be jerky. And the third is X factor. So you should have something that stands out, right? Like when they remember the interview, they should remember. Everyone always remembers one thing, no, about a person. Like this, this person had this particular thing in mind, like so it's better to always you give that to them directly rather than them trying to interpret that from the conversation. If you only while talking give them something that they can think about you, that is better than them looking back at the entire conversation and interpreting to find whatever is unique about you, because that could be positive and negative. So that is about this analogy. I'm good at art, but I haven't won certificates. Yes, you can bring that up in the interview, because in the interview there is no hardcore rule that you have to mention things that have certificates. You can always say it's a hobby. You don't need any certificate for your hobby. Oh wow, thank you, Univoyage. What kind of questions do they ask in the interview? Arjun, you have to see my interview video, and I think till now also I have mentioned it multiple times. I have some extraordinary skills in gymnastics I can do too. Yes, you can mention it in your interview. I don't think you should mention it in the extracurricular answer box, because no certificate plus you don't have anything to sort of back it up, right? Like any physical written document or material to back it up. Even some digital presence, like if that would have been there, it would have been fine. So, but it's not. In general, it was around. If I am not wrong, it was around 80 to 90. Like that was the rank. Okay, so what are the learnings that you should definitely know from my personal experiences and mistakes? So I'll just quickly tell you, like, these were my experiences, these were the mistakes I made. Please don't make them. That way you don't have to, make these to learn them. I'm already telling them to you. So for dropout, we have a lot of questions. Please give an answer for dropout. We have a lot of questions. Yeah, you can just put them down in the chat box. I'll have a 5 minutes where I'll answer all your questions. Just tag me like at Vedika and then put the question so that I don't have to go through the entire chat to see. Okay, so learnings that you should definitely know. First is be very honest. In my Hindustan scholarship, I've, I've already said this. To be honest, be very true to your internship and views. I was able to connect with the interviewer because we had some common grounds. Like I'm very passionate about education, and even the interviewer was, passionate about parting education. So that's how we connected. The third learning is do some background research. So in your case, you can't research the interviewer, but at least you can research the college, what their requirements are. They might even ask you what are some questions that you have for us. So this is something that you can think of from the beginning. So do your research and maybe ask them some good questions and something to think about. Fourth is continue even when you fumble. So in one of my debates, on it was on AIDS, and I mentioned the date wrong. Like I said, today on World AIDS Day, 31st December. So I said the wrong date, and I could see, like, I could look at the audience, and I saw on their face that, this girl has got the date wrong, and everyone was looking. But I just continued, and we ended up winning. So I just mean to say that even if you fumble, it's okay. Just keep moving on. And of course, there'll be times that you forget enough thought or you might lose it. It's okay. Like it'll come back to you. Just keep talking, and I would say just fake it till you make it. Like in the sense that fake your confidence. Don't be a fake person. Hi guys, I'm back. I have had a change of location. Hopefully, this will just solve the issue. So, okay. Okay, reasons for full drop. Please give some points. Yeah, we'll come to all this later. I'll just quickly wrap this up. So, continue even when you fumble. Do a SWOT analysis before you go. What are your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats? They might even ask you, like, give a SWOT analysis of yourself. So, always better to do this from your home, and it will help you in general to identify what exactly do you want to focus on in the interview. Extempore prep. So I've had this experience where I was asked to, just give an on the spot speech in the middle of my ESL interview, and they just randomly said that, talk about XYZ topic. So what I would suggest is that you practice extempore at home. maybe sit with someone, or you can reach out to us as well, but it's very difficult for me to individually have Google Meets with each and every one of you where I can help you guys out in explore. So as far as you can, maybe you sit with your friend or with your parent or someone, and ask them to give you random topics that you should talk about. So that is one thing. The second last thing is direct the interview. So in my Ashoka University interview, I was asked my personality, and I said I'm very opinionated. And then they asked me, what kind of opinions do you have? And we had an entire conversation that lasted for around 20 to 30 minutes, just based on what are your opinions, how do you act on them. So your anything, any word that you say, like every word counts. So one of the investor pitches that we do, like I did in my internship, we plan out each and every single word, and that that creates an impact. Like you have to put thought process behind each and every word that you speak. So try doing this as much as you can. Of course, this shouldn't cause you to stumble and lose your train of thought. So now, what are your action items? What do you have to do? One is you have to brainstorm your personality and all the X factors that you have. And the second is you have to study the content needed to excel in your interview. So academic questions, GK, current affairs, questions about your state, things like these you will have to study beforehand. There is no escape to this at all. Because even when you study all this, there'll be some questions that you won't know. So better that you be prepared, so that you can at least answer 60% of the questions, which is fine. Like they don't expect you to know everything. If you don't know, just say I'm sorry, I don't know. That's totally fine. So thank you, communicate well, and all the best for your interviews. I'll stop sharing. And now, yes, please subscribe to us, as we Univerge channel is also saying. And now you guys can flood me with your questions. I'll be taking them up for the next few minutes. Yeah, like Shivam did it. So he has tagged me. I've given multiple entrances this year. Can I write those ranks in Indoor's achievements box? Yes, you can write those ranks. Karthikeya saying, I'm really weak in GK and current affairs. I don't even know the basic. What should I do and where can I study? So, what should you do is you should firstly see what are the major events that have happened in these few days. So, one could be like the Zomato IPO. There are many such events that you can just look up what are the major events, what are your opinions on them. So they'll ask you, what do you think about XYZ event? Know that is one aspect. Second is your state. So know all the ministers of your state, know how many districts there are in your state. So all these details you can just Google them online, and you can keep noting them down and learning them. So these are a few GK things that you can do. And it's okay, like Mrigank is saying, sorry, I don't know how many districts are there. Yeah, even I don't know, to be honest, but you'll have to learn before the interview and you'll have to answer correctly over there. How to explain a draw? Okay, so what you can say is that you wanted. So there are two to three things that you can say. One, you can say that due to personal reasons or family reasons. So that kind of puts a dead end unless they ask you. And this obviously you don't lie. Like if you don't have any reasons like that, don't say that. Another thing that you can say is I wanted to explore my hobbies and my interests in that 1 year, which is why I took a drop. That is one more thing that you can say. Another thing that you can say is that I feel that I could have done way better and I have a lot of potential, which is why I wanted to retry for so and so exam. So that is another thing that you can say. Do they ask difficult questions from class 11 and 12 syllabus? They'll ask very mainstream questions. So they won't ask you some very crazy questions. So don't worry about that. Because there are students from all boards, right? So they have to ask something that is mainstream. You were in TED student talks also. Yes, I was. I mentioned my JEE prep in intro. So, Aman, by JEE prep, do you mean like you want to talk about how you prepared? I would still say that you introspect and try and think more about your personality. Like, Yeah, you can mention it if you want, but you can focus more on things that you feel follow up questions will really help you. So do that. Toshi, I haven't got my mail yet. Should I be concerned? Mail as in from us or from I am Indore? Like, which mail are you talking about? Answers to why IPM and career plans. The one in I am Indore PI stage form. So what I had done was that I had done two separate paragraphs. One was why IPM, and under that I had written a few things. And then second was career plans, and under that I had written a few things. I'm not sure if I can find it. I might screen share also and show you guys. But okay, never mind. I'll send it on the Univoyage Telegram group. So this will give you a reason to join the group as well, where I'll send a sample of my profile. So you can be sorted about that. But what you should answer in the first why IPM is, as I said, build up a story about your some experience, whatever experience, and then connect that to why you want to join IPM. Avoid sentences like I am hardworking, I'm consistent, blah blah blah, because they'll just skim through it. Like for them, it's hundreds of such things that they have to read. So instead of this, if they see something like, if even if they see like entrepreneurship sell, they'll immediately like look at it, and that will become unique to you, because not a lot of people will mention it, whatever it may be for you. So try mentioning something like that. And for career plans, again, be honest. Like try to show them how IPM IM Indore fits very well in your career plans. So how it will, mold and shape your career. Can I write some old state level achievements while clearly mentioning the year they were achieved in? So I did do that, but that is at your discretion. I won't say explicitly that you go ahead and do it. I did that because I had like a national level achievement that was in, I think, 2015 or 16, and I passed out 10th in 2020. I mean 2020. So I did mention it, but it's up to you. It's at your discretion. Sorry, 2018. Some Universe HR has just come to me. I've passed it 2018. Um, I spoke to one of the 2019 aspirants who gave the interview. She went to IIM Indore to give her interview. Was of around 6 to 8 minutes, and the maximum was 10 minutes. It depends. Like I have heard interview experience that were very long, also for 20 to 40 minutes. So it depends on you. And there are people that have cleared with long interviews also. So SWOT analysis, what can I write, opportunity and threat? That's a good question. So, for you right now, what is a good opportunity? Like IPM, I am Indore, studies are a good opportunity, because you are at this age where you can do, internships and all. Like you can do unpaid internships also at good companies. It's okay. Like you don't have anything to lose. So things like that are good opportunities. What are some threats? Like bad grades are threats. So that depends from person to person. Like for someone like for a non-math student, probably in IPM, IIM Indore, the quant courses would be a threat to them, but the humanities courses would be an opportunity for them. So something along those lines. Then what level of achievement should be mentioned in the achievements box? State, national, and international. Anything apart from that that you feel is impressive and you want to mention it, do it at your discretion. Like I have mentioned a few apart from those. Like I mentioned a book that I got published that's technically not, it doesn't fit anywhere in state, national, international, but I still wanted to mention it, so I went ahead and I did it. It's like your call whether you want to or not. Nandini, Vedika, I did internships online at one MUN and at DU University, but that was online. Can I put that? Yes, of course you can. I've been doing a 6 month online internship, but that doesn't discredit the fact that I have been doing one, and neither should you feel that way. So, yeah, you can. Do I tell the panelists about being the school captain and vice captain and all? Or will they grill me for telling that? Um, See, you can mention it if you want to, but it can backfire on you because there was a story where one girl mentioned that she was ranked two in International Math Olympiad. Then they asked her, uh, was it rank two? Because they just write the rank there. Then she said it was in my school. Then they asked her how many people in her school. She said 5 to 6 people in my school. So they might grill you also. And you will be surprised by how many vice captains and captains are there in IPM. Like in our batch also, there are so many head boy, head girls, discipline captains and whatnot. Yeah, Manila, you can mention the French Olympiad. If you have something better, I'd suggest that you mention that, but can mention it. What's up with the one nail? Yeah, my other nails broke. So I've learned dance for 3 to 4 years, but not a particular style, and I don't even have a certificate for that. Should I mention it? If it was like some folk dance or something, I would have probably suggested that you mention it. You can bring it up in the interview. I would suggest that you try and look for something else for the written profiling. Okay. Is it okay to mention that I was in last year's final consideration pool? Yes, you can. Ayush Anand is asking what is your definition for average versus good versus excellent academic profile? Um, See, it's like it doesn't really matter. I mean, in the sense that someone who has an excellent academic profile could be someone who has excellent scores in 10th and 12th, but it could also be someone who has okay scores in 12th but has an exceptional JE rank. So, if you have said that you were preparing for JE, they will ask you your rank. So, be prepared to answer that. That's an excellent like profile. And good is again mid range, and average also is fine. Like they have taken people with like conventional standards. Say bad academic profiles also have people have been taken, so it's not. It's okay. So are there any advantages for NTSC stage 2? Yeah, you can bring it up. When we say their motto and mission, do they feel that we have just copy pasted from their site? Yeah, so don't tell them what their vision is. Try and show them that you are fitting into their vision. So don't say that, I know you guys value socially conscious and contextually relevant managers. And I feel rather say that I have values of, if you do have that is, don't fake it obviously, but say that, I have these strong values about how, liberal and diverse academic curriculum will help me be socially conscious and contextually relevant. And I've always thought that the social aspect was missing in the conventional management curriculum. So talk in that sense, like more from your perspective. Don't tell them their vision and mission that is there on the site. Is the written profile very important? No, it's not very important. It's all right. So you don't worry about it too much also. How different is Indore interview from Rohtak interview? See, all of this, whatever I said, was common for all both. Huh? Like even in Rohtak, they ask academic questions, they ask GK questions, they might ask curveball questions. So it's common to both. Rohtak has higher chances of asking extempore. So if you are going for a Rohtak interview, I'd highly, highly recommend you that you practice your extempore skills. So someone is saying I did not clear IP Med exam this year. Yeah, you can reach out to me on Telegram. We can discuss whatever your backups and all are. Written profile is not that important in the sense that the interview is the main game, right? But the written profile will give them might give them a foundation for asking you questions. So don't mess that up too much and be prepared to justify whatever you have written. Can I wear a kurti for interview? I would still suggest that you wear a formal shirt, blazer, and pants. I mean, blazer is optional, but at least wear a formal shirt, formal pants. Okay, are there any other questions about communication skills and interview that I can answer for you guys? Aradhya, so tomorrow we have a session by Shubhangi Avasti, and we'll be notifying you on Telegram on our Universe group. So please tune in for that as well. That is also very, very important. Some really great insights. So droppers and partial droppers should brush up 11, 12. Prepare your current affairs and prepare some common personal questions, right? Yes, Aradhya, right. You have to prepare all this. So people are saying extempore and tips on extempore. All I would say is that you keep talking. Most extempore cases they will give you a minute or two to think. Maybe two is like asking for too much, but they'll at least give you a minute to think. So in that minute, just collectively think of the points that you want to talk about, and then start. Once you start, if you feel that you're stuck at some point, you can't remember the next point, then talk a little bit more about that particular point, explain it, and say you are doing an extempore about a topic that you have no idea about. Like they give you a topic and you have like no clue about it. Don't worry. If just try and think about general things that you have heard about the topic and build up to that. If you can even bring up one good point about it, it's fine. So don't worry. Sushma, books apart from any coaching material for 2022, Arun Sharma, Pearson, R.S. Agarwal. Yeah, I make short films on YouTube. So a recent one on normalizing periods is contesting in by yes, yes. Please mention it. I think that's pretty cool, Aryan. Shout out to Aryan's film. If one has already completed first year from another college and wishes to change, can they ask questions from the first year courses? Yes, they might. If it's something that they are familiar with, then they'll definitely ask you questions on that as well. So, is the interview online or offline? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't say. I'm not. I am not. What kind of topics are generally given for extempore? That's a good question. So they can ask you like current affairs related questions, and they might even ask you something personal, like tell me about your dream job or whatever that could be more personal to you. So they can ask both ways. So be prepared to answer all of that. I think I might, even if I can't bring up questions for you right now, we'll be sharing that. There's a document where we've collated like questions that are, asked in these interviews. So we'll be sharing that with you. So don't worry. Is having a resume recommended? Yeah, prepare it too. It will help you also. So prepare it if you can. VAT is not there this year. Yes, I am a student of. I am in your IPM program. Don't you feel PI talk is overhyped than IP MAT exam? See, what happens in the IPMAT exam is till a certain extent under your control, but PI is can go crazy. Like it really, a lot of it is on your luck. So even if you're well prepared, what if they ask you something that you have no clue about? So Uniwords are asking me to give tips on how to communicate effectively. Yeah, so I hope the entire presentation has helped you guys. I would just say at the end of the day, be confident, be true to yourself, understand what they need, and try to deliver that. Always, like actually in anything in life, if you can understand the needs of the audience and you can deliver that, you will be like a rock star. So do that in the interview. I'm sure you'll do well. See, don't ask for a different topic if you don't know. You can talk maybe for 30 seconds and then be like, that is all that I know about the topic. If you wish to give me a different one, I'll be very, very happy to do an extempore on that as well. Yeah, so are the questions over? Because all I see is just repeated. So I think all the doubts and questions are over, right? We have extended this way beyond its time. I have to get back to my mentees also now. If anyone has any further questions, I'm here for 2 more minutes. So you can just put it in the chat and tag me if you want me to answer it. Can we do an extempore on how to do an extempore? Yeah, I mean, do you want me to do it? I'll do it. Don't be Ayush Jain. Okay, if no one has any questions, I just want to first answer all the questions before we do any extempore. Yeah, add it. The district speech competition. You can add it. Koshki. Can we expect them to ask 12th marks because results are going to be out? Yes, they might ask you. Okay, awesome. Extempore topic: how do you see IP Mat 5 years down the line? Okay, which one? Which one? How do you see IPM at 5 years down the line, or how to do an extempore? Extempore on how to do an extempore. Let me know. And also, while you are writing this topic, also please subscribe to us and write in the chat box. I will clear the IP Mat Buster interview. Okay, I'll do one on how to do an extempore. Just please, I just want everyone to just write right now that I will make like a social commitment that I will clear IPMAT PI. Okay, so let's go. So, good afternoon, good evening, ma'am and sir. As you would be knowing, an extempore is when you give an on the spot topic to someone and expect them to give an on the spot answer as you have given to me. Now, I feel that in any such area, one should always be clear and communicate well. It should also be ensured that whatever points that I want to make should come across very, very clearly to you. And despite my knowledge, limited or unlimited knowledge about the topic, I should be able to give you an entire gist of it within the time period that you have assigned me. So that is what an extempore is. And how to do it would be to ensure that you are brief, succinct, and at the same time, you are able to convince the person of your argument and rhetoric that you want to make in the time period that you are assigned. So I hope that explains the topic well. So yeah, something like that. Maybe you don't mention the good afternoon thing. I just did that to give context. But sure, just keep talking. Like even in my case, I kind of lost my train of thought in the middle because that is pretty natural. So it's okay. You can move a little bit around the same area and then again bring up whatever points you had in your mind. Yes, Seema, if you have done a short movie with more than 3 million views, let them know. YouTube channel also, Archit, you can mention it. Like in your interests and hobbies, you can say you like filmography and editing and all. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, guys. We are always there on Telegram also. I'm very, very accessible right now also because y'all would be giving your personal interviews very soon. And I wish you all the very best. Please communicate well and consider this as a stepping stone. Even if you feel that you aren't good communicators, this will surely help you get better and better at it. And of course, once you join IPM, you will have a lot of experiences that will help you polish your skills. So all the best, everyone, and I hope you guys have amazing interview and you come back with like huge smiles on your face. Awesome. Thank you so much. This was Vedika, and please subscribe to Univerge like right now. Okay. Yeah.